tabellone con i numeri è fisso? Il tabellone, quello con i numeri, sta in un punto. A te serve un'inquadratura specifica? Preferisci che sia messo da una parte?
No, non lo riprendiamo.
Non lo riprendi?
Ogni tanto se capita dentro, ma quando
no, perché dovrebbe essere messo più o meno lì, quindi mi chiedevano se...
allora va bene lì. Perché c'è la grafica.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are in Val di Sole in Trentino, North Italy, for the second stage of 2019 Trials World Cup. Buongiorno e benvenuti a tutti in Val di Sole in Trentino, nel nord dell'Italia, per questa seconda edizione questa seconda tappa della Coppa del Mondo di Bike Trial, ospitata per l'appunto qui in Val di Sole, ormai una abitudine per questa terra del Trentino, vocata al mondo delle bici. Infatti lo slogan appunto di questo territorio è Val di Sole Bike Land. Here we are for introducing this Women Elite Trials World Cup. Here we are with Eirik Ultang from Norway.
Hello, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon. Yeah,
afternoon.
He races this morning with the 26 inches, but we start with the 20 inches of woman.
20 and 26, I think it's up to them.
Yeah,
yes.
Now we start with 20 inches of woman. What we are going to see, we have 6 girls.
Yes, 6 girls, 5 sections.
5 sections.
And 6 sectors in every section.
Yeah, we have new rules.
Yes.
You're going to introduce it?
Yeah, so the rules are as easy as every gate you complete, you get 10 points. If you put a dab, you get 0 points for that one. And you can get up to 5 penalties in any section, and it doesn't matter if you get 4 or 5 or 4, 3, 2, 1 or 0, as long as you get through the gates. And 5 penalties, you have to leave the section, but you keep the score.
Sfruttiamo per l'appunto questi primissimi minuti prima dell'inizio della prima gara delle 3 finali di questo pomeriggio qui in Val di Sole in Trentino, per andare a introdurre il nuovo regolamento, un regolamento che è stato definito anche dagli atleti molto più completo. Per quale motivo? Infatti, se l'anno scorso c'era una caduta degli atleti, arrivava un 50 diretto indipendentemente che la caduta fosse arrivata nella parte iniziale o finale del percorso, quest'anno con appunto l'entrata di questo nuovo regolamento ci sono 6 passaggi obbligatori. Ogni passaggio obbligatorio, che può essere costituito da 1, 2 o 3 movimenti, da 10 punti, e appunto al termine di ogni passaggio effettuato regolarmente l'atleta accumula 10 punti fino a un massimo di 60. Today we have 1 lap for every of the 5 stations. We start from station number 1 of Ponte di Legno Tonale, that is one of the main sponsors. Let me introduce the 6 girls in this final. We have Vera Baron, youngest athlete. She won the last World Cup in Austria, Salisburgo. Then we have Perin Devahiv from Belgium, Alzbeta Pechinkova from Czech Republic, Larena Hayes from Germany, Nina Reichenbach, the world champion from Germany, and then the French girl, Manon Bassenville from France.
Yeah, and I think both Larena and Alzbeta is the first final ever, I think.
Alzbeta, if I don't have wrong memory, last year he was in final right here in Val di Sole.
Yeah.
Larena, I think probably she is
first
time.
And very close in the semi-final with just 20 points between all of the 6 riders.
Before the start of Vera Baron, we introduced what happened yesterday. A very short distance from the first athlete to the other girls that are in this final. Infatti ieri c'è stata veramente poca distanza tra la prima qualificata. La vittoria di ieri è stata di Manon Bassenville e appunto le primissime escluse, una ventina erano le ragazze in partenza. Let me speak about this start of Vera Baron from Spain, 15 years old for this young girl.
Yeah, and she's through with 0 penalties so far. She has 10 or 20 points now. I'm not sure. I think she's through gate number 2 at this point, so now she's entering gate number 3.
Yep. The girls have 2 minutes to close their section.
Yeah, it's no penalties for time like it used to be before.
Yep.
It's just 2 minutes and out, but you keep the score you got so far.
Ricordavamo appunto che ogni ragazza ha a disposizione 2 minuti per andare a concludere, qualora non appunto riuscisse a concludere la sua sezione entro 2 minuti, arriveranno le penalità. I think that Vera Baron has a perfect run. We have to see if the panel of the judge if confirm what we are going to say.
Yeah, and that's the penalty, landing on her bash plate paddle.
Arriva infatti la prima penalità, vediamo il giudice dell'UCI alzare il dito nel segno per segnare appunto la penalità. C'è stato un tocco probabilmente con il pedale nel superare questa prima sezione, diciamo artificiale, con l'uso di questi tronchi decorati per l'occasione, ma che rimangono sempre a disposizione di tutti gli atleti, gli appassionati che volessero andare ad allenarsi. End of first section for Vera Baron, probably
50 points,
50
1 penalties.
Points, 1 penalties.
Yeah.
The best that these athletes can do is 60, 1 penalty, so 50.
And it looks very solid, her riding now, and I think she could move up from 6th, maybe even podium. And now it's Perrin, next rider. She's visualizing, it looks like, before the typical up with your hand, close your eyes and visualize.
Stavamo discutendo appunto di Vera Baron, che appunto è giovanissima, classe 2004, che si è presentata al via, figlia d'arte, tra l'altro la famiglia Baron c'è anche il fratello in gara nei 26 pollici, Danny Baron, e appunto si è presentata al via la gara di Salisburgo, pronti via, va a vincere, imponendosi anche, posizionandosi davanti anche alla campionessa del mondo Nina Reichenbach. Last year here in Val di Sole, Nina Reichenbach won here the race, but today there is a lot of other athletes that can win. One we have just seen, Vera Baron. In your opinion, who can win today?
I think both Nina and Manon and Vera could be contenders for the podium, and even Perrin, she has a lot of power. So there are not many very big obstacles in this particular section. There are no big obstacles, but in section 2 and section 5, I think 4, it's bigger moves. Yeah, easily up on the second gate.
Everything perfect.
Yeah.
For Perrin de Vahid.
She looks very confident, like her riding is very, not many correction hops, and she looks focused. Yeah.
She looks like one of the most powerful girl.
I think so. She does a lot of weightlifting and CrossFit, and she's quite good at that stuff. From what I've seen on Instagram.
Instagram, me too.
Yeah.
She is
a side hop.
Yep.
This is the 4th gate, from what I can remember. It's the 4th gate.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
For the Belgian.
This is a bit of a technical section. You have to. It's a very tiny log where her rear wheel is now, but she does that easily, and another 10 points.
Nessun problema al momento per la ragazza del Belgio, che dicevamo in precedenza anche per quanto si guarda, si può vedere sul suo canale online, che è una sicuramente delle ragazze più muscolose e forti, pratica anche molto crossfit e sollevamento pesi, per questo vediamo appunto la sua corporatura come appunto faccia dell'elemento della forza, una delle sue particolari caratteristiche. Now the first penalties, she decided to take it here.
Yeah, instead of trying like Vera, she just did like a safety dab or a strategic dab, because it's the 5th gate, so she can still get these last 10 points on the 6th gate, which she gets as we speak now. Entering the finish line, you have to cross the finish line to get the 10 points on the last gate.
Yep.
That's the rule. Yeah.
That's the rule, very important. Probably not fast as Vera Baron, but probably the same points, 50 points from the Belgian girl and 50 points for the Spanish girl. Now we go to Czech Republic with Elżbieta Pecinkova.
Yes. And this section is probably one of the fastest sections today. Like, speaking of later sections, we have section 2, which is really long. So let's see how they cope with longer sections.
There is one, the last section that is made with artificial, the other 2 with wood, and other 2 with stone, and the particular here in Val di Sole there are 2 sections with a little river.
Yeah, you have to be strategic. if you want to get wet tires or not, you could do different lines. Sometimes the easiest thing is just going into the water, and I think we will see a lot of that later. First 2 obstacles easily, and let's see the pedal up here on the third one.
Dicevamo appunto che la Val di Sole la particolarità è quella di avere 5 sezioni veramente differenti, l'ultima con pezzi di cemento è interamente artificiale, le altre appunto usano elementi naturali apposti proprio per creare ostacoli, ma anche degli elementi. Problem here for Alzbeta Pecinkova, probably I think 20 or 30 points, nothing more for them.
Yeah.
5, and we will see later what can happen here. What has happened?
This one she made up to 2 wheels, but the other one I think she wanted to do a pedal up and then turn to the left to go up the log. And when you do that, you don't want to land too far up on the log, because then it's hard to keep it on the rear wheel. And that was her problem. She didn't go high enough on the log.
Dicevamo appunto prima che ci sono delle sezioni interamente artificiali e altre che sfruttano anche degli elementi naturali, come ad esempio i sassi presenti all'interno del ruscello, qua il laghetto di San Leonardo a Vermiglio, splendida cornice naturale, e appunto c'è anche la problematica dell'attraversare questi ruscelletti che continuano a bagnare appunto i sassi, gli ostacoli presenti, ma anche le ruote, quindi è anche molto importante la scelta della tipologia di gomma. Here we are with l'Arena Hayes, 4th time in final for this German girl, 20 years old.
Yeah, and she does really well for her first final. So far 20 points. Now it's the run-up, which you don't have to go to back wheel, you know, you can put your front wheel down, makes it much easier. And now let's see what this technique she chooses. The same as the previous girl. She wants to do a pedal up. No, she goes for the surge. Go for the surge, and then she decides to go for the pedal up instead.
Qualche problema di indecisione in questo caso per l'Arena Hayes, che decide prima di provare con un'altra tattica, poi arriva col classico pedal up a superare questo passaggio e se la fa senza particolari problemi, non forse eccessivamente veloce, si è preso il suo tempo per non sbagliare. Not too fast, but the important things for her is to do everything perfect.
Yeah, as long as you're within 2 minutes, it doesn't matter. And she does the same as Perrin, puts a dab, which, yeah, I would rather see them try it, but whatever, they can do whatever they want as long as the rules are as we have them today. But now she has 40 points as far as I am concerned, and now she's trying to get the last 10 points on gate 6.
The only one that tried that moves was Vera Baron.
Yeah.
But everyone makes a penalty, and then comes the stopping from time.
It was not the time, I think. She just decided, I guess she didn't have enough time to complete it.
Yeah.
Like maybe 5 seconds or something.
And stop it.
Yeah, she didn't see any point of trying it, no.
Abbiamo visto che appunto la ragazza tedesca è stata fermata con qualche secondo di anticipo perché doveva ancora provare l'ultima appunto entrata, l'ultimo passaggio, ma ormai aveva esaurito il tempo, le sue indecisioni in precedenza le hanno giocato un brutto scherzo, quindi probabilmente per questa atleta tedesca, in attesa della grafica, arriverà un 40. Now we are with the world champion Nina Reichenbach, number 1 of the trial last year, but this year there is this young Spanish Vera Baron to contend.
Very risky move there. She stopped. It's easy to hit the pedals, but she got clean and she's on 20 points.
20 years old for Nina Reichenbach from Germany.
And easily up the third gate, which is 10 new points, so
Great
30
move.
points.
30 points for Nina Reichenbach, and then we are going to the fourth gate. We will see what she's going to do.
Pedal up and turn, but she couldn't keep it, and then she can go from the bottom, I think. No, she cannot go from the bottom because there's a yellow gate there, so she has to do it once more.
deve ripetere per l'appunto il passaggio perché non è riuscita a completare interamente questo passaggio. Ricordiamo che ognuna delle 6 porte può essere costituita da 1, 2 o 3 passaggi, appunto vediamo quelle freccine lì gialle o rosse che indicano i passaggi che devono essere effettuati per ogni categoria. C'è un numero 1 A, B o C, poi si va via al 2, 3 e avanti.
Same as Vera.
Yeah.
She gets 2 points,
2 points
and 0 bonus on that 5th gate, which seems to be the difficult move. Wondering if we can see any girl clean it. We only have 1 girl left.
Yeah, Manon Bassenville is the last one that is going to start, but I think that here Vera Baron was doing a very good run.
Yeah, and if she managed to go through, she has the same score, which means Perrin, Vera, and Nina is on 50.
Yeah, I think, but I see 2 penalties.
It doesn't matter if you have 2 penalties as long as it's in the same sector.
It's in the same sector. So
she landed on her pedal and then she put the foot just to get through the safest way possible.
Sì, per l'appunto Nina Räikkönen ha totalizzato sì 2 penalità, ma nella stessa sezione, quindi lo 0 è arrivato in quella sezione, ma non nelle altre, quindi 50 anche per lei. Look at the crowd here, a lot of people, a lot of fans in this section in Val di Sole. We are going to introduce the 4th stage here for Manon Bassenville that yesterday won the qualification, the semi-final.
The semi-final. And she won the semi-final with just 5 minutes. She was 5 minutes quicker than Nina. They had the same score. Everything was identical, so it's very close. And she's on 20 points so far, doing the run-up on gate 3. Another 10 points if she makes it, and she does that easily. And now we can see which technique she chooses. Does she want to go for the side up or she goes for the pedal up?
Easy move in the 4th passage for Manon Bassenville. We will see in the 3rd.
She did like a variation of a pedal up where she put the front wheel down first. So it's a mix between a pedal up and a surge. It looks very good. Like, I think she can do gate number 5 now. I have faith, but no.
È la prima punta.
She put it down. Yeah. She disappoints me.
Come tutte appunto le altre, ha provato ad affrontare la porta numero 5, però non con successo. Everyone has in that gate number 5 penalties.
Yeah, no one
for the 60.
And I think a few of the girls are able to actually do the run up. And she gets another point, which means there's no point finishing the section because you can't get that last 10 points.
Yep.
And she finishes with 40 points.
Unfortunately, she had to stop.
Yep.
Before. Now we are going to move from the Ponte di Legno Tonale 4th stage to the 2nd stage, Val di Sole.
Yes.
We are going to introduce this 2nd stage, Val di Sole stage.
Yeah.
What we are going to see?
We're going to see a mix between logs and rocks, and this section is really long, and there is a lot of loops, like you go up and round, up and round, up and round every group of obstacles, and especially the last sector, the 6th sector, it's really long, going up and down on the logs, which was a part of the quarterfinal for 2026, and it's difficult.
So they have to do every gate so fast so they can. So we will see here Vera Baron that's going to remind every move that she has to do. Vera Baron a 50 in the fourth sector. Now we are going to start with the second sector. Secondo settore appunto per Vera Baron, giovanissima, classe 2004 per questa ragazza spagnola che fa parte appunto di una famiglia d'arte, visto che anche il fratello Dani Baron gareggia nei 26 pollici, lei come tutte le ragazze gareggia invece con i 20 pollici. Particular breaks for Vera Baron.
And she's on 10 points. And this one is very narrow. The A gate is narrow, and then she has to go to the top, which I think could be a big difficulty for many of the girls. but the Spanish riders are known for being very good at balance and technical, and she can still try. She's through 2A and can do the more easy way up to 2B. But I think the hardest part of this section is the sector 5, the gate 5. So we're going to see a lot of riders struggling on that one, and there's also a couple of quite high obstacles.
This is one of the
This is the easiest. Yeah. This is the easiest, and I spoke to the judge, and he really wanted to put that as number 1.
Yeah.
Because it's the more logical way of building the section. But now she has to jump up. I think it's about like 1 meter.
Yeah.
Almost 1 meter up on this rock.
Vediamo appunto la Vera Baron impegnata in questo, dovrebbe essere il quarto passaggio, veramente una grande roccia. Vediamo che delle fattucce dal lato la obbligano ad andare dritta per dritta e appunto evitare penalità. Sembra avercela fatta. Great school, the Spanish school, especially in the 20 inches. In the 26 inches, your category, we have like a national French competition. We have 4 athletes from France. In this women elite we have 5 nations: Spain, Belgium, Czech Republic, Germany and France.
And now she's on the 6th sector. She got a dab on, like, landed on a bash plate on the 5th one, which was just like 90 centimeters high. So, but now this is the difficult part. The crux is to turn around on that top, and she's out of time. Or did she go over the gate? I think she was out of time.
Time, yeah.
Yep.
Arriva appunto lo 0 nell'ultimo passaggio per Vera Baron, che ha finito tempo. The 2 minutes are finished, so 40 points in this second section for the Vera Baron, 50 in the first one, 40 in the second one. Now we go to with Perrin.
Yes. And if now she knows you have to go fast, so let's see if she does that, or she tries to go as safe as possible and just get as many 10 points as possible.
What do you mean? Do you think it's change in this in trial with the new rules?
Sorry, what?
What do you think is changed with the new rules?
I think it's much more fair, because before my mom could enter the section and get a 5 on the first obstacle, and I could get a 5 on the last obstacle, and there was no difference in the results. Yep. Now she would get 0 points and I could get 40 points instead. So it's much more fair, and there was actually a huge flaw in the old rules.
You appreciate it? Like it, the new rules?
Yeah, I like the new rules. Of course it could be more changes, but like it's now, it's perfect compared to before.
Stiamo parlando appunto del nuovo regolamento, che appunto è diciamo più veritiero, possiamo usare questo aggettivo, perché prima si poteva affrontare tutti i passaggi alla morte, perché anche se si cadeva alla prima era comunque la caduta a un primo passaggio equivaleva alla caduta a un ultimo passaggio. Invece in questo caso qua bisogna essere precisi in ogni passaggio, perché da ogni singola porta si può ottenere 10 punti, quindi è meglio sempre stare più attenti possibile, perché ogni singolo passaggio può darti qualcosa.
20 points, she's through. She went kind of the same way as Vera, going up on the A gate, going out and try the B gate another way. So you have to do, it depends, sometimes it's just a gate, sometimes it's a B, sometimes it's a C, and you have to do all these A, B and C before you get to 10 points.
Yeah.
And it's marked with a circle around the number.
The finisher.
Yeah, that's the finish. And once you entered a gate with a circle, you can never enter that gate again. Then it's closed. And that is a 5.
Yeah, so there is a 5.
30 points.
Athlete falls down, so yes, she has to stop now.
Yeah.
The other gates.
And now you see the advantage over the old rules now.
Yeah.
This would be a 5 in the old rules. Now she got 30 points.
Yep.
And that last 4A gate she tried, it's like 1 meter high, the rock that sits at the bottom, but you can hook it kind of, so you don't need to jump that high. So I would say that it's possible for Perrin to do this one.
So in this section there is only one easy obstacle there.
Yeah.
Snake, white snake. Here in Val di Sole we are famous for the black snake, that is the one of the hardest in the world track of downhill. And here in this trial park of Vermiglia we have the white snake. that is one of the easiest gates of this Women Elite final. Now we are with Elżbieta Pecinkova from Czech Republic.
Yeah, and she's through the first one, and let's see what she does on the second. She keeps it, she tries to keep it, and goes down, and she does the same way as both Vera and Perrin. And here she puts her rear wheel on that rock and goes out. This move could be, yeah, she does it.
Yep.
And now it's the easiest move, easiest obstacle of the section, the gate 3A and B. And you see there is tape around on the sides of the logs. So once you're entering 3A, you have to keep it until you go through 3B.
She has to do every...
Yeah. And this one, I'm wondering if she's able to do this one. You have to jump quite high. And let's see if she's able to do that one.
Allora abbiamo visto i passaggi per ora di Vera Baron che vale un 40 e poi è stata fermata per tempo. Medesimo punteggio anche per la Perrin Devaiv del Belgio che appunto è stata fermata per una caduta, mentre stiamo assistendo alla prova di Elżbieta Pecinkova che in questo caso decide di prendere il 0 di penalità, il 0 in questo passaggio, ma lo fa in sicurezza per provare ad andare avanti. But here she has to stop, probably is...
The time is out.
The time is out.
Yeah, she spent too much time on gate 4, but as I said earlier, that this section is probably too long.
Too long.
So I'm not sure if we're going to see anyone complete this section because the last part takes so much time, but still you have to do it quite steadily because it's on a log, it's uphill, it's downhill, and it's very easy to fall off. So.
Sezione davvero lunga questa della sezione numero 2 della appunto griffata Val di Sole, diceva qui in cuffia Erik Ultan che secondo lui probabilmente quasi nessuno di questi atleti al femminile riuscirà a andare a concludere. Abbiamo visto sia la Vera Baron che la Elżbieta Pecinkova doversi fermare anticipatamente per appunto perché i 2 minuti di tempo erano per l'appunto scaduti.
First sector 10 points, and now she entering the narrow 2A gate. And let's see if she managed to keep it on the top or if she just goes up and down. First try going back and forth, or forth and back as we could say, and the second, now she spends a lot of time and it's impossible to complete the section. She gets through 2A, and let's see if she can go through 2B. Going up, let's see if she wants to use the rock on the right side as the other riders did, and she does that. Here she surged up to rear wheel, hopefully. Letting go of that rear brake and just bounce it up the rear wheel. Yes, 20 points going into that easy but quite risky obstacle, and she got the dab just by putting the foot up, so there will be no bonus points on this obstacle, which is a pity because this is probably the easiest 10 points of the day.
Yeah, she has to take it that 10 point.
Yeah.
Stavamo appunto dicendo che quel passaggio lì è proprio veramente il più semplice, i giudici se l'hanno giocati per dare un attimo di respiro, perché poi gli altri passaggi sono veramente difficili. Vedremo appunto se la ragazza della Repubblica Ceca riuscirà ad andare avanti.
5 points and out, and she only got 20 points in this section.
Yep.
And now it's Nina, the current world champion, and let's see if she can get more than 40 points. That's the maximum today, 40 points.
Yeah.
And that was Vera.
In this section we see Vera Baron with 40 points. We will see if Nina Reichenbach can do better than the Spanish.
She does another line, and that's mainly because her right foot forward, so she wants to enter the obstacle from the left side, so she has room for her pedals, and that was very easy for Nina. 10 points.
Decisione appunto di percorrere una linea diversa per Nina Reichenbach, che ha letto veramente bene questo passaggio, è andata a raccogliere 10 punti senza particolare difficoltà. Ora la vediamo impegnata nel secondo passaggio. Second gate here for Nina Reichenbach.
Yeah,
Big stone.
she does the same as every other girl so far. They go up 2A and down,
Yep.
because it's less risky, and then they do the 2B the easiest way possible.
A fourth jump, then comes down, and another bigger jump, and then this famous third gate, one of the easiest of the whole track here in Val di Sole.
Yeah, and it's easy, but it's still hard because you have to concentrate, as we saw with the previous rider, and she gets through 30 points, and it's just about getting through gate 4, going up that 1 meter high jump, and I think she can do the gate 5 easily if she gets through. First try she didn't make it, and now she sets up for another try. It looks like she was up there, but she lost her grip on the front wheel. Now she kept it. Let's see, no penalties so far. And going backwards down that 4B gate. No, she turns on the rear wheel, not the same way as Vera did. She went backwards. And we have 40 points for Nina, which means she's in the lead. And now the pedal up 90 centimeters. It's too high, and she fell off, got a 5. But she has 90 points so far, which puts her in the lead. And now it's up to Manon.
Bassenville, fourth place yesterday in the semi-final. We will see this second stage, Val di Sole stage. Here we are in the north part of Italy. It's very famous for his mountain and his river, not a river, but for his bike. To be the bike land, we have the World Cup of mountain bike, of downhill, of cross country, and the World Cup stage of trials.
And I guess you even have some legs of Tour de France sometimes here. You have everything.
Giro d'Italia.
Giro d'Italia.
Yeah.
Manon, she must try twice to make the
yep.
one. Hopefully not more than twice, because then she has no time.
No time to finish the other gate.
Yeah.
This is good. She has to come.
Yeah, went like a quick route instead of going down on the ground. She kept it on the rocks, and she's very good with her balance and control. And she's through gate 2 at 20 points, and now she has to concentrate, not mess up on the easiest obstacle of the day. Keep your balance, Manon.
Yeah.
And she does. And I think she has the power to do the 4A gate, but it's still also technical.
Yep.
It's technical, so you have to get the grip on your front wheel. Even though you jump high enough, you have to get the grip, which I think they find to the right.
No. She lost her balance before. There is one, but she can't do another time.
Yeah, but there is no point now, because she will get 0 here, and she has no time for gate 5. So
finish.
30 points.
Nothing to do for Manon Bassenville. So we are going to wait if the live scoring.
Yeah, but I think Nina is in charge with 90 points, as far as I can see, and we have.
Yeah, we will see Nina Reichenbach in the fourth position. Then there is Vera Baron, and then the other girl.
Vera with 80 and Perrin with 70, and then we have.
Yeah, we have a 40 for Vera Baron in the fourth section, and then we have Perrin, then L'Arena Hayes for position, fifth position for Beta Pechinkova. We are waiting for the for points in the second section for Manon Bassenville, and we will see in what position
she has the same score as Perrin, 70 points. And that means that we have to look at the semi-final results probably. But there is still 3 sections left, and a lot of stuff can happen.
Abbiamo invece abbandonato appunto la seconda sezione per andare nella terza con appunto la sesta classificata della qualifica di ieri, ma colei che per il momento sta maggiormente insidiando la campionessa Nina Reichenbach, ovvero la Baron, che al momento ha totalizzato 80 punti e quindi si trova lì nella parte alta della classifica. Third position for Manon Bassenville. So we have Reichenbach, Baron, Massenville, De Aive, Hayes, and in sixth position Elzbieta Pecin.
Yeah, and Vera is through the first gate, which was very impressive with a static hook on that first 1A. And now she enters the log part where they have to ride up the entire log, I think.
This is the first one of the two sections with the river that the girls and the men later has to cross.
Yeah, and Vera's tires are still dry, so let's see if she managed to keep it that way. She has 20 points, and now she enters gate 3 with like a tap, surge, pedal up variation, and she's through and going into the fourth section. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not really sure about all the numbers here, but I think she's on 30 or 40 points now. Crossing the river, and there is a tape on the right side of the log the entire way, but not on the left side. So she can't fall down at the beginning, and she's through. And that must be 40 or 50 points.
Yeah, this is the one of the latest gate in this.
Yeah, I think
section.
this is the fifth. This is the fifth sector now, and she does it very easily with a lot of confidence. And now she ran out of time.
Very hard for this girl to finish in the 2 minutes of time. We will see if Perrine de Vaive can succeed in to finish with the 460. We haven't seen a 60 in this final.
No. They make it really hard for finals, and it's important that it's not easy to get 60 in the sections, because the best riders, even they need some challenges. Look how beautiful it is here in Val di Sole.
Yeah, do you like
with
it,
the river?
place?
Yeah, I love this place, and it's probably the most beautiful location of the year.
We are online on Facebook, UCI Trials page. We have Ultan for President.
Yeah, shout out to Peter from Sweden. He's a good guy from Sweden that's been in part of the trial scene for many years. And Perrine, did she do the first gate? I was looking at the comment from Peter, but
yeah.
She crosses the river and her tires are still dry, and she wants to keep it that way because now she goes up on the log, and with wet tires that could be very slippery.
Yep. This morning everything was harder because we have a little bit of rain of yesterday evening on every stone, and we see a lot of problem for the guy of the outlet of 20 inches that start before the 26 inches in the
and now
semi-final.
She is through the second gate, but I'm afraid it's not fast enough. Like, she spent a lot of time on that log sector, and now she enters that fourth gate. I think it's the fourth. And she keeps her balance straight, and now she has to cross the river again. As you can see, that log is actually quite wet already from just the humidity, and that's the 5. She crosses the tape. She went to the right. That's the only way you should not fall on this sector. And that means she has 30 or 40 points.
Yep, we will see the points on live scoring.
Yep.
Abbiamo appunto qualche problema qua nei passaggi finali di Perrine de Vaive, che ha dovuto appunto abbandonare antecedentemente a quanto preventivato, non è riuscita a concludere anche la sezione. Stavamo dicendo appunto in precedenza che né nella prima né nella seconda sezione alcun atleta è riuscita a concludere con un 60. In your opinion, what is the easiest section of this final?
I think the first section was probably the easiest one. This one is probably one of the hardest ones, and I'm not sure if you're going to see higher scores than 50. I'm not sure. I don't think so, because the next river section is also quite long, and it's hard to complete it within the 2 minutes time frame. That was 10 points for Elsbeta, and now she's entering the second sector, where she can pick up another 10 points. Taking a breath, which she has no time for.
These sections are really, really long, and so we'll see if Elsbeta Petchinkova, young girl, she is 70 years old.
Yeah, she's a young gun.
Yep.
And she does another variation of that kind of pedal up surge technique, where you put your front wheel and then you pedal up. And now she has to enter and get through that fourth sector, which she does very easily, and now crossing the river. And please don't fall down on the right side of that log. You have room on the left, but maybe a 5 penalties is better than wet tires. I'm not sure. She managed to keep it.
I think it's good.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the time, but it should be possible to get through this next sector, the same as Vera did. And she's up and she's down. Continuing to the finish line. I'm not sure if she ran out of time or not, because we cannot hear the judges from here, but
now we try with our clock to see.
Yeah, I put up my own watch here so we can do the timing.
Facciamo direttamente appunto il timing per vedere che partono ora i 2 minuti di Larena Hayes, classe 1999 dalla Germania. Not good. Here comes the zero. Decide to
she
use
put
his foot.
She hit her paddle or bash plate, and then she just put a foot to do it the safest possible way. And now she is about to cross the river and get into sector 2. And she's already spent 30 seconds just to get through the first sector. And imagine with 6 sectors, you don't have 30 seconds for each. So now it's very critical to she shouldn't spend too much time on this sector, which she does. She actually spends too much time. She's up, and then she has to turn like 45 degrees to the right and get through that second sector. And I think the next rock is also a part of that sector, so she has to get up this rock before she gets another 10 points. And let's see which technique she chooses to do. There will be the same as almost every other girl here. They use the front wheel and they pedal up.
Siamo appunto alla circa metà di questa sezione con il pettorale numero 16, la Larena Hayes, che tenta ora questo passaggio. Now crossing the river, it's
very wet. Yeah, so it could be slippery, but it seems like the logs here have quite a lot of grip. She just has to keep her balance, which she did perfectly. And now let's see if she can finish the section. We haven't seen any girl finish the section so far. And this obstacle is quite hard. It's not very flat on the top. And she's out of time. That was, as far as I can see, 40 points.
Yep. We will see later. Now we have Nina Reichenbach, that was in first position after the 4-2 section. Now we are in this third section, that is the Idrodolomiti Energia section.
Yeah, and as we can see, like Vera is only 20 points ahead of Nina before she starts this section, and Vera has done one more section. So I think this could be a victory for Nina. She looks very confident and very much in control, and she just does that first sector so easily. And I forgot to start my watch, so I'm not sure about the time, but I think she's faster than any of the other girls. Now, please don't stop and breathe for 20 seconds and just do this sector as fast as possible. And as you can see, she does it differently than any of the other girls. She does a pedal up to the first part on that log, and she also exits the log on the right side, which sets up much better for the next gate. And struggling a bit with finding the right pedal stroke here, high left foot, and she mess up. A point for Nina, which that was, apart from the gate 3 in the previous section, this was probably the easiest obstacle of the day. And as you can see, she tries to ride as fast as possible now to get through the section, which she really needs if she wants to secure the win before the last minute. And I think she still has like 30 seconds left, so it should be possible to get through the section.
In the meantime, we go to Salzburg for the first stage, and we speaking about the result. The winner was Vera Baron, second position for Reichenbach, third Bassenville. Then we have in fourth position Petsinkova, fifth for Alba Hidalgo, and then sixth position from Sweden from Nadine Camargue. Then we have the Nina Reichenbach that tried to close this section, but lost her power.
Yeah, and she did a very strange choice where she went static up as all the other girls first, and then she tried to do the pedal up instead of going back on the rock, which I think it's why she didn't get through the section. And that is for 40 points, I think, for Nina, which still gives her quite a comfortable lead. And I think it's impossible for Manon to beat Nina after this third section. Let's see if Manon is able to do that static hook at the beginning. It's quite comfortable to do this one because you can put your front wheel down afterwards. You don't need to keep it on your rear wheel. And it's a two-part sector where you have to go up on that first static hook, and then you have to exit where she jumped down right now. And Manon crossing the river, trying to keep her wheels dry. Even though you don't fall down in the river, it's very humid around the area around the river, so it's nearly impossible to have completely dry tires in this section. And Manon does what every other girl did, but Nina, she does that surge, that static move, setting up to put that rear wheel up on the log and get through the gate, exiting on the right side, setting up perfectly for the next gate, where she will probably do a run-up similar to the other girls, going slowly, put the front wheel on top, and then do the surge movement.
Reichenbach does 30 points, so is not on the top. There is probably in third position Vera Baron, and then we see the last rider of this third section, that is Manon Bassenville from France.
Yeah, as probably the viewers already know, we don't have... Now we have the live scoring, now it works. So Manon, come on. No, unfortunately jumps over the tape. That is a 5, and she has to leave the section. But she got 30 points.
Yep, in this section we have 50 for Vera Baron, that is in the first position, 30 for Nina Reichenbach. Then we have Alzbeta Petsinkova with another 50. We have Larena Hayes with 30 points, Perrine Devaiv with 20 points, and probably Manon Bassenville with other 30 points.
30 points, yeah.
Yeah, so in first position after 3 stages, we have the youngest girl, Vera Baron.
Yeah. I think she got 40 points.
Yep. So we are going to introduce the fourth section, another section with the river inside the section, and what we are going to see in that section.
There will be very similar to the previous section, with a mix of logs and rocks, and there are some difficulties here, especially like in the beginning. You have to keep you have to keep it on the rocks if you don't want to fall down in the river. And riding in water, depending on the height of the water, but it's quite hard to ride in the water. It's easy to lose balance. So let's see how the riders choose to do it. I guess they will go into the water because then they don't need to jump the longest gaps.
So we will see Vera Baron in 4th position. Do you think that this youngest girl can do a back-to-back, win in Salzburg?
I'm not
and
sure.
win here in Valdisole?
She has a 10-point lead right now, as far as I can see. And yeah, she has the leader's jersey and she has the confidence. Let's see. Now we should remember to start the timing.
Start the timing, and in a couple seconds, Vera Baron is going to start with this 4th section.
Yeah, and as she crosses the front axle over the tape in the beginning, we start the watch.
Yeah,
she's 1 second in. Yeah, this is the same obstacle as the first obstacle in the quarterfinals for men elite, and she does that easily, and then crossing the river. And there is a rock you can use to cross the river, and then she gaps over to that 1B gate. And now this is the run where she can choose to try to keep her wheels dry, or she can just let go and jump into the water.
So we have Vera Baron in 1st position, Nina Reichenbach in 2nd, Elzbieta Pechinko in 3rd, and then Manon Bassenville 40, 30, 30. She has 100 points.
Yeah, and now she tried to do it with her rear wheel in the water, but still she lost balance and she put a foot. And this is a 3-part sector where you have to do 2A, B, and C before you get 10 points. So doing this C gate now, she gets nothing. And going down in the water again, now she will ride over that log, and there is only a gate in the beginning of this log, but you have a gate on the right side for man elite, so she chooses to go into the water instead of riding over the log, because you don't need to get all the way over. Next up is the 5th sector.
Yeah, there is this big, a lot of wood all together, and then a big stone to close it, this 4th section. Ricordavamo appunto nel frattempo la classifica, abbiamo in testa con 130 punti Vera Baron, seconda posizione con 120 punti Nina Reichenbach, terza posizione per Elzbieta Pechinko con 110 punti, poi seguono a 100 punti Manon Bassenville, a 90 punti l'Arena Hesse e sempre a 90 punti Perrine de Vaive.
Yeah, and she's now trying to set up for that fifth part, but she's out of time. As far as I can see, she should be out of time now. It's 2 minutes, yeah. 2 minutes, yeah. So she didn't get that last sector, and that means she has 30 points.
But other good section here for this youngest girl.
Yeah. And next up, that is next rider up.
Yeah, next rider is Perrine de Vaive.
Yeah.
She's going to start. This is the oldest athlete in this final. She's born in 1994.
Yeah. First gate, the 1A, she sets up for a surge and goes straight to rear wheel, differently than Vera, which went to 2 wheels. And now Perrine crossing the river, setting up on that rock, and she doesn't matter. She went down in the water. The wheels will get wet anyway. And now she has the 2nd sector. And let's see if she wants to try to jump all the way or down in the water. And down in the water, same as Vera, she did manage to get the grip and then fell backwards, so she had to put a foot.
It's quite hard here to cross the river because the stone are quite wet. And
yeah,
and you go with
very
the tide.
smooth.
Yeah.
The rock is very smooth. There's no really places to get any grip.
1 minute and 24 seconds to close this section for Perrine de Vaive.
Yeah, and she tries to cross the river without going into it and just ride along the log. and she has to keep it because there was a yellow gate at the beginning, and going through another gate is not, will give you 5. And now she sets up. As you can see, there is a tape on the right side of the log, so you have to keep it the distance of that tape. And she did that with confidence.
Only 45 seconds here to close this fourth section from Perrine Devaïf. She has a 10 in the first gate, 0 in the second gate, another 10, so 20 points.
Yeah, and the time is out, it looks like. I don't think the timing here is correct.
Yeah, we have a little bit of, probably is closing before, so we are going to see how can she finish. Now we see the third athlete in this fourth run is Elzbieta Pechinkova from Czech Republic. She's going to start in a couple of seconds.
Yeah. Now she's preparing to enter, and she's entering the section, setting up for that first 1A gate, doing a static move. She could use the rock on the right side to give it more room, but she does it easily anyway. Crossing river, let's see if she wants to keep her tires dry, or she doesn't care. She just jumped into the water. And now it looks like she goes from a different angle than the other girls. Crossing the river again, setting up, which I think could be a good choice. And she's right foot forward, which means this rock, it works quite well because you have more room with your left foot backward. And it looks like she does it very easily. Yeah.
Abbiamo appunto in gara in questo momento una quarta sezione, che è la sezione griffata Wurt Modiv Elzbieta Pechinkova, che ottiene un 10 nel primo passaggio e è alle prese ora con la parte appunto mediana in questa sezione griffata Wurt Modiv, con continui passaggi da una parte all'altra della riva. E il problema appunto, oltre al dover affrontare degli ostacoli tecnicamente davvero difficili, anche quello di dover più volte mettere le proprie gomme all'interno del ruscello, quindi la capacità, il grip delle gomme ovviamente diminuisce dopo essere entrate in contatto con l'acqua. Not a lot of time to close.
40 points and she has 30 seconds left, so potentially she could get through that 5th gate, which, if she doesn't spend too much time setting up for that last part, because you have to go through the 5A here, and then turn left and get down that narrow log. She still has like 10 seconds left, so she does it. And now she has 1 gate left. She has 5 seconds, and it's not gonna work. No, time is out.
Yeah, finish.
But that's 50 points. That's the highest score so far.
Yeah.
And she rode with confidence. There was no moments where she was out of control. It was just like control all the way. Next rider up, that's Lorena, and she's trying to focus, getting the concentration she needs before the section.
So in this section we have 30 points for Vera Baron, 30 points for Perrine Devaïf, and then we have the 460 here for the Czech guy, Elzbieta Pechinkova.
I think it was 50.
We see here 60, but we have to wait a little bit for the live scoring. So we are going to start. It's just start. Lorena Hayes from Germany. She is in the center. She has on the bottom lower part of the scoring after the first 3 section. She has a 40 points in the first section, 20 in the second, 30 in the third. Now we have Lorena Hayes that tried to do his better in this Wurt Modiv section.
Yep. Did she get through? Yeah, she got through that gate. She tried to do the same way as Elzbieta, but no. She jumped over that gate, and that is 10 points. Which is quite disappointing, I guess, because she nearly made that second sector. And then we have the two top riders with Nina coming up first. Let's start the timing.
Now is going to start Nina Reichenbach, sta per partire Nina Reichenbach, che appunto è costretta a inseguire dopo le prime 3 sezioni. After first and second section she was in first position, but in the third section there is a second position for because on the top we have seen Vera Baron.
Yeah, but there's still like 120 points to grab, and let's see which line she chooses to do. She goes into the water. She's also right foot forward, so it gives her more room for this surge she sets up now, and her control is very high.
So you 50 points for Pechinkova in this section, then Vera Baron and Devaïf 30 points, and then only 10 points for Larena Hayes. Larena Hayes probably didn't but don't win today. Yeah.
No, but now it's 30 points for Nina. And she sets up for that fourth gate, going up. Has to pay attention to that tape on the right side of that log. And ride the entire... Oh, that was nearly out of balance.
Yeah.
She managed to keep it. That means 40 points.
She doesn't lose the balance, non ha perso definitivamente l'equilibrio, è riuscita a resistere appunto alla forza di gravità che la tirava verso il passo. Great move here for Nina Reichenbach.
Yeah, she had 30 seconds left, so if nothing really bad happens to her now, she's through and has 50 points and still 20 seconds to finish the section, which could be the first 60-point section of the day.
Yeah, we have a little problem.
And she's up, and she still has 8 seconds, and she's out. That's the first 60-point section of the day. She has 60 bonus points.
Very good section for Nina Reichenbach that try to catch this important win in the second stage. So
and that means that Vera is not in the lead anymore.
No, we have a new leader that probably is Nina Reichenbach, and there is Manon Bassenville that had to do her better for coming back on the top.
Yeah, setting up for that surge on the first move, going down to 2 wheels. Then crossing the river, goes up on back wheel and jumps into the river. There is no point doing that gap the entire way because her rear wheel will get wet later in the section anyway. And she chooses to go from that side of the river, setting up, right foot forward, gives her room for that surge coming up now. And the key part here is to jump high enough so you get the grip, and she does that with maybe the most confidence I've seen so far. There was no problem. Now the third gate, she has 20 points, going for that third one, doing it the easy way, just jumping through that sneaky line here.
Yep.
Her wheels are wet, so she doesn't care. And now the fourth gate. Let's see if she can be a contender for the first place on the podium now with the 60 or 50 points here.
50 seconds to close for Manon Bassenville, 30 points in the first half of this Motive session.
She's on 40 points
40 points now, 40 punti ora per Manon Bassenville che sta provando la rimonta. Abbiamo visto per l'appunto il primo 60 che è stato quello della Reichenbach. Vediamo se Manon Bassenville, che ieri ha vinto le qualifiche, riuscirà a fare altrettanto in questa sezione guidata Motive.
Yeah, and she has 20 seconds left to complete the last obstacle, which is plenty of time. And she's out on the second rider with 60 points here. And we have a first place contender.
It's raining. Start to rain, unfortunately, here in Val di Sole. Everything comes harder. Yeah.
Luckily, there is only one section left for the women's, and the concrete should be quite grippy, though it's painted, so it could be quite slippery in some places, especially the round tubes and the round obstacles. But I think the obstacles they have should be perfect in the rain also.
Yeah, they're going to move to the Trentino section, ci stiamo spostando alla sezione numero 5 che per l'appunto è la sezione griffata Trentino, la provincia nel nord dell'Italia in cui per l'appunto ci troviamo nella Val di Sole, nello specifico nel comune di Vermiglio a 1200 metri. Let me introduce this section. Now we have the intermediate result. First place for Nina Reichenbach, 180 points.
Yeah, and then it's very close after that.
Yeah, because we have in the second position 3 athletes at the same 160 point.
Yeah, so it's all of the riders in the last section. And here I think the main difficulty, the crux here will be 5A, which is like a 1 meter completely vertical concrete obstacle where you have to jump all the way up. And you can see Vera is struggling on the first surge movement here, 1A, and she gives it another try and she makes it. And I'm not sure if this section is the longest one, so I think she's able to finish this one. Now she's easily up on the second gate, and the third gate setting up for that one.
Probably the longest one was the second section, the Val di Sole section. We see anybody that can close it, and now we are in the 5th section, the Trentino.
Yeah, and she puts a foot. She didn't have the confidence to do the surge or side up to that top. And let's see, now she has 1 minute left, and now it is the fourth gate, which is up on that round tube, and it's still quite dry, so I don't think it should be any slippery for her yet. And 30 points for Vera, and now she has that 1 meter pedal up, and she goes for that strategic dabbing, which we should, let's put her weight forward so she doesn't fall back again, and she still only has 30 points with 5 gates completed. And now there is like a static gap up to that big round tube, which has like a diameter of about 140 centimeters, and she does that easily. The last move is one we've seen in Val di Sole before. It's this kind of static, a bit strange one.
0 here for Vera Baron. Unfortunately, it's going to rain harder. It's here 30 points in this section for Vera Baron. That is quite happy.
Yeah, give her a hand, and that was a good ride. And it's still up to Nina to get more than 20 points.
Yeah.
If Nina gets more than 20 points, she's ahead of Vera at least. But Manon and Alsbeta can still beat the other riders.
So we have a great run to see who are going to be the 3 athletes on the podium.
Yep.
Probably here Nina Reichenbach has the real chance to win today.
Yeah, but it all depends. It's 60 points in this section, and I think it is at least possible to get 50 here for most of the riders, and they have nothing to lose. It's just like about getting up on every obstacle. And Perrin does that first obstacle easily. She doesn't spend too much time. Second obstacle,
1 minute and 20 to close this 5th section for the Belgian girl.
Yeah, and now it's this difficult part where she has to go up on that narrow concrete element. She's left foot forward, which means she enters the obstacle from the left side, gives her more room, and that's her favorite side. She tried to side up, but she put the foot because she didn't move enough forward and upwards. Getting through here, I think she's on at least 30 points after the next concrete tube, which is quite easy for Perrin. Just rolling up, you can see she doesn't even stop. She just her axle was through the gate.
Yeah.
That depends on the judge, but from what I can see, her axle was through the gate. but she didn't get 10 points, no. So she's on 20, puts a dab on that 1 meter high concrete square element.
Lot of problem this gate for Perrine Devahiv.
Yeah, and not enough time to complete the section. No way she's going to get through in 10 seconds.
190 points for Vera Baron. That is the first one to close is the fifth section here in Val di Sole for the elite woman. And Perrine Devahiv close his race with 20 points in this fifth section. Probably the rain makes heavy hard about this.
Yeah, I don't think it's the rain. It's just she's not happy with that one, because at least she should get 10 more points on that third gate. And Alsbeta is setting up. She is a contender for the podium, so let's see if she's able to get at least 30 points here.
Ricordavamo per l'appunto che questa giovanissima ragazza della Repubblica Ceca, classe 2002, Alsbeta Pecinko, si sta giocando un'importantissima chance per andare sul podio su questa sezione interamente artificiale griffata Trentino. Va alla caccia del podio quindi Alsbeta Pecinko, mentre ha concluso la Baron Vera Baron a quota 190. Alle sue spalle niente da fare per l'atleta belga Perrine Devahiv, che conclude invece a quota 140. So 190 for Vera Baron and only 140 for Perrine Devahiv. We have the big chance to see Alsbeta Pecinko on the podium.
Yeah, and she tries to do it with a surge, setting up perfectly here. And I think she's able to do it. She has a lot of control and precision, which you need for this obstacle. Finding that balance, and she does it. She does his first girl to get up this obstacle, and she's on 30 points. And that's really important for the total and about winning this race. And this next third gate is no problem for her. She rolls up, as you can see.
No, great move.
Nearly paddle on that.
Yeah, great move for Alsbeta Pecinko. That's why she wants to go on this podium here in Val di Sole. Last year she was in the final. Now she decided to take the zero.
Yeah, but she has time to do the fifth gate, and I think the fifth gate should be no problem for her.
So 40 points in the meantime, and then she tried to close this section. 16 seconds to close.
Yeah, and the thing is that this is the sixth gate, as far as I can see. So she has to do this one and the last one to get these last 10 points. And she has no time for that. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds.
So nothing to do, but great job for this young sector.
That is 40 points, and that means that Nina has to get at least 30 points to beat Alsbeta.
Yeah, because with 40 points, Alsbeta Pecinko will go to 200, 10 points more than Vera Baron, and Nina Reichenbach.
She needs at least 30 points, 20 points.
No, 20 points.
But that depends, so with 30 points, she's the winner.
Yep.
With no discussion,
Nina Reichenbach had a 50, then a 40, then a 30, then a 60, altogether 180. And we'll see now in the meantime Lorena Hayes, that is one of the that try to go for the fourth position.
Yeah, she cannot be on the podium, but she can get a good result. Even being in the final is really good. And she has 10 points, putting a dab on that second sector. She has room for her rear wheel now, because her foot was in the way, but now it looks good. She's through, and I think that third gate should be possible for her. Though it looks like it's quite slippery now with the paint and the water, the rain.
C'è Lorena Hayes che appunto sta combattendo per una posizione che difficilmente la vedrà sul podio, troppi errori nella parte iniziale. Nel frattempo ha smesso fortunatamente di piovere, però appunto gli ostacoli e il manto erboso sono tornati a essere nuovamente molto bagnati. Probably it's going to stop to rain. I see a little bit of sun, but
Lorena has 30 seconds left for the last sector, which I think could be possible. Now she goes up on that 6A, goes through that easily, and now she has to set up for the last one with 20 seconds left. It could be possible. That means she's the first rider with 50 points in this section. Getting that front wheel over the edge, setting up that surge, which is, yeah, it's hard.
Yeah,
her down tube touch and her foot touch, and she's out.
Close with 30 points here. Good job for Larina Hayes. So on top we have right now Atleta Pechinkova that has 200 points after the 5 stage, and then we have the world champ Nina Reichenbach that has to try to win here in Val di Sole, a back-to-back, winning in 2018, and try to win today for the second stage of this 2019 World Cup. Second stage after Salzburg, where the wins goes to Vera Baron.
Yeah, and if I want to see her complete the first 3 sectors and try that 1 meter high fourth jump. That will be really nice for her to finish the race and maybe even getting 60 points in this section.
Yep.
10 points so far, doing it very fast. She wants to complete this section, as you can see.
Pay attention that Manon Bassenville has 160 points,
so she once Nina has at least
she has to do
40 points.
Yeah,
cannot be beat.
Be sure. Yeah.
So she needs 40 points, and as you can see, she tries to do this same move as Alsbeta, and she does that, which means she's on 30 points.
Yeah, because
she needs 10 more points, and she has secured the win.
Good, great move here for Nina Reichenbach that goes to take the win here in Val di Sole. She decides to take the 0. It's very difficult, this jump here to close.
But she could have risked to do it. I think she would have won anyway. Depending. Then Manon needs 60 points to beat her, which I don't think it's possible for her. Now she tries to complete the section. She has a lot of time left. 30 seconds now. And her key now is to not get the front wheel too high over the edge. Like all the other girls have tried, they jump too much on that last move, so the front wheel slips off and moves down over the edge. She needs to get that just on the top, like here.
Prova ad andare per
move it further now.
Va per la vittoria ormai Nina Reichenbach, aveva 180 punti. Yes, great job.
50 points.
And she
won.
The winner. Yeah. Back to back for Nina Reichenbach here in Val di Sole. She made very important, the 60 on the 4th section, but now a 50 in this section, and
she's the winner, but Manon can still get a 2nd place.
Great job.
And let's see if Manon is able to get the score she needs to get that 2nd place.
Yeah, 200 points for Atleta Pechinkova in 2nd place. Manon Bassenville has, after 4th section, 160 points. So with 5th or 60 points, 5th to 60 points, Manon Bassenville is going to go in. Can go in 2nd.
Yeah, and with
2nd position.
And she is at 3rd place now.
Yeah, she has right now 170
right now.
Yeah, 170 right now. 200 for Atleta Pechinkova. Vera Baron has 1 points, 190 points for Vera Baron.
Okay, yeah.
So 0 here in 3rd gate for Manon Bassenville, but she has 20 points on gate number 1 and gate number 2.
That's 180, and I think she's able to do that 3rd gate. That's 190. And she is quite slow now. She has only 1 minute left, and there's a lot of stuff to do. Getting up to that 4th gate, which I wanted her to do, but she puts a dab. like all the other girls. They put the dab here.
Sì, tutte le atlete hanno scelto qua di appoggiare il piede e fare un passaggio in sicurezza, onde evitare eventuali cadute che appunto andrebbero a stoppare i restanti passaggi. L'ultimo in particolare dove si può andare a caccia ancora dei 10 punti, dicevamo già certa la vittoria di Nina Reichenbach. A quota 200 c'è Azbeta Pecinkova. Menon Bassenville aveva 160 punti e a 190 he tries to go to 200 with the other girl.
Now setting up that static hook. She has 15 seconds left, so there should be no problem with the time. And she does it. That's 40 points.
40 points, so 200 for Menon Bassenville in two athletes on 200 points. Who is going to go in second position? Who's the rules?
Yeah, first they need to see who has the most 60-point sections.
And the only one that has 60 points is Menon Bassenville on fourth section. No 60 points for Azbeta Pecinkova, so
she's in second, yeah?
Yep, the second place is for Menon Bassenville. Fourth place for Nina Reichenbach, second position for Manon Bassenville.
Yep.
And third position for Azbeta Pecinkova. We are going to wait for the official result. What can you say about this strong athlete from Germany?
She's the most consistent rider. I think that was like was not normal for her not to win in Salzburg.
Yeah.
She is the most complete rider, where she has the control, the precision, the back wheel control, and also she has these important techniques, as you can see now, with a static hook, which you didn't see any girl do a couple years back, and now it's a part of many of the girls' skills set.
Grande vittoria quindi per Nina Reichenbach, che appunto aveva un po' perso, diciamo un po' a sorpresa la gara d'apertura a Salisburgo. Vince quindi in Val di Sole con grande merito. Vera Baron e Nina Reichenbach ci giocheranno la coppa nel terzo appuntamento che si chiuderà in Val di Sole.
Nina Reichenbach, congratulations on a second straight win here in Val di Sole. It wasn't easy at all this afternoon.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, the race was very hard this afternoon. The sections were hard, and every rider was good and would have been able to win the competition. And so I'm really, really happy that I was riding that good and that I could show my level and that I finally won the competition.
Section number 4 was key for you today.
Yeah, section number 4, the water section, was really good for me. In the section before I did a big mistake, and then I was, of course, really happy that I could score 60 points, full points in this section. Yeah.
And like last year, Val di Sole provided a very technical course for you.
Yeah, I think the level from the semi-final was too easy, but now in the final the level was perfect for the riders. And I think that's really good to see that the women riders are finally able to ride real obstacles and high obstacles and step closer to the man, to the level of the man.
Did you enjoy returning to Italy and Val di Sole for this event?
Of course, yeah, I always have good memories to Val di Sole because in 2016 I won here my first rainbow jersey, and that's why I'm always really happy to come back and to ride here a competition.
Thanks and congrats.
Thank you.
So, great job for Nina Reichenbach, and Nina Reichenbach and the other girls has to, for the World Championship of this year, for the World Cup
overall,
we have to wait the third stage, that is another time in Italy.
In Tuscany.
Yeah, in Tuscany, first time for Il Ciocco, very famous stage for cross-country and other race, but today we have the trials to close this World Cup 2019. Appunto si diceva che le atlete si giocheranno il tutto per quanto riguarda la Coppa del Mondo nell'ultima gara che si svolgerà in Toscana tra circa una quarantina di giorni, per la precisione si va in provincia di Lucca, al Ciocco, in una località che ha da sempre stretto un grandissimo rapporto con il mondo in generale delle due ruote, mountain bike, ma in questo caso anche con il trials per la conclusione appunto della Coppa del Mondo 2019. vediamo qualche highlights e poi ci concediamo 5 minuti di pausa, 5 minutes of break, and then we are going to see the 20 inches final. Yeah?
Yes.
See you later.
Questo qui che viene adesso, questo signore qua, questo è quello che dà il via? No, quell'altro sempre con la telecamera ma ho capito, perché fa il frontale per così vi dà, ok? No, andava benissimo così.